Hello, Supitchar. Good to see you again, and thanks for joining. So you're after getting your scores, and it's just be great to get you to share your story with
Yes,
other
thank you.
students who are struggling to get there. First of all, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Supitchar. I'm from Thailand. I'm a doctor in Thailand, and I aim for the overall band of 7.5 and all bands above 7. So my IELTS journey starts a year ago. Mm, I, I think, in my opinion, I got quite good background of English because when I was in high school, during the national examination in English in Thailand, I got 95%, and I have 2 years of experience of living in United States during my freshman and sophomore years, and but I just need to get this IELTS score in order to study in the United Kingdom to do my fellowship on heart surgery. And the first time that I took IELTS is totally different from any English test that I have done in the past. It's because it's in the academic level. It's another level of English that people have to understand. And at the first time, without knowing anything about IELTS, I took a test and I got the overall of like 6.5.
Not
I
what
think
you were expecting.
not what I expecting at all. I got the 7 on listening, and I think 6.5 or 7, something like that on the reading, and got the 5.5 on writing, and 6 or 6.5, something like that on the speaking. So after that, I applying for some IELTS course. I think in the beginning, most of IELTS candidates started at the same point, like some trying to took a test without knowing anything and surprised about the score that they got, like myself. It shocked me for a while. I didn't thought that I got 5 in writing. So the first class that I took is with the British Council. It's a group study. I think most of people follow this path. But after studying this thing for a while, I realized that this study group is just aim for most people who aim just like 6.5 or 6. That's all. But in order to get high score is totally different level. After practicing by myself, I got pretty good score on reading and listening, which is like from 8 to 9 mostly, and from speaking is always above 7. It's between 7 and 8. But the writing, I got stuck at 6 constantly for 6 months.
Yeah,
It's
6.5
been like,
is it's a challenge
yes,
to step over those scores. It can take
yes,
people a while, a lot of preparation to get from 6.5
yes,
up to a 7. Yeah,
yes.
it's a big jump.
It's a
It's a
big,
big jump.
yeah, it's a really big jump. I stuck there, and after that, I just kind of like shopping around for many tutors and many classes. Uh, which one is good? I just attend that. But I think one problem that the student like me face is when you met a lot of tutor, sometimes you try to change your style to their style without knowing which one is proper, which one is the correct way to do the essays.
Yeah, and
and
you'll be getting different
and it's
advice from different tutors as well.
yes,
So you get into a place where you don't even know who you should follow or who you should believe, like that. Yeah.
yes, that's true. It's just like riding a ship in just this circle pool, just getting nowhere. It's very confusing, and it's very like I really upset a lot. And I found that after changing this style, but I still got the score at 6. It's maybe because I still have some some misunderstanding about what
So
writing really wants.
how long did it take from that first IELTS exam you took when you realized that you needed more than just proficiency in English. So from that first exam until you got your scores recently, how long was that in total?
Is I think it's almost a year and a half. I stuck at this sick in writing for 6 months. Like I told you,
Mm-hmm.
it's been almost 20 IELTS exam. After that, I
20,
got
yeah.
yes, and after that, I started to uh, attend some private classes with the examiner or anyone that is who think is good. And I think I starting to get the idea of the writing in IELTS and gain more vocabulary, academic vocabulary, and then I can up my score to 6.5, but I couldn't move to 7, even though some of my writing during the essay correction that I got some feedback from all these tutor. Sometimes because I got 7, but I couldn't achieve that score in the real test. It's been another 6 months with 6.5 and 10 more IELTS exam,
Another 10.
which is a lot.
That is a lot.
Yes, this is very it's very confusing. I don't know what's wrong on my essay, and everyone just giving me all this same pattern and this same information, which I think that is it might be some misleading there. That's why I cannot get 7. And after that, I found this web page, IELTS Advantage. I found you guys, and at first I just don't want to invest any more money on IELTS. I just
I can
try
imagine.
to
So
do
what
it
did you say
myself.
in total? How many tests was it, roughly?
Nearly the 30s.
About 30
Nearly
tests so
30s.
far. Yeah,
Yes,
you've
so
invested
far.
a lot of time and money already.
Yes,
Yeah.
and most of the tutors said that I should get the 7, but I couldn't get it yet. I think that there's some points I missed, and after I found the I advantage, so I decided whatever I already invest that much of money, and this deadline is coming close now, so I decided to join the VIP group in writing in IELTS Advantage, because the other part I think I don't have any problem with that. After watching the video, I realized that a lot of stuff on YouTube and other websites are misleading, and there was something wrong that people get that idea, which is uh, inhibit people to get the high score that they want. But
Right.
the like in writing, in test one. Okay, I will start with test one. Test one. The idea of the overview is totally different in IELTS Advantage, because most of the tutor
And
that I met,
was
they
this
said that yes,
sorry, but in you're saying writing is the one thing that you're really struggling with.
yes.
So was it more task one or task two that was holding you back from getting the overall writing?
Um, I think that is some of the task one that are from a lot of my essay correction, because the score on test one is kind of like very fluctuate.
And you were doing
Sometimes I got
you were doing
6.
academic, right?
Yes, I did a academic
Mm.
test one, and sometimes I got like 5.5, 6, and sometimes it can go up to like 7.5. So it's kind of very confusing that sometimes I get that score, the good score, sometimes I don't, and I really don't understand, because I follow all the pattern that I have learned from the other tutors and a lot of books. And when I found the IELTS Advantage, I just realized that the my problem with actually on test one, because the idea of the overview is totally different, and the idea of finding the key feature, which is the most important test thing in the test one, is wrong. I did
Right.
it in the wrong way, and I think it's not good enough to get a 7 in that kind of overview.
And
Most of the
that explained to you as
yes,
well as like you had the language
yes,
ability all the time. That's not what was stopping you. There
yes,
was like this extra skill that you needed to learn. Yeah.
yes. I think the most important thing is a lot of tutor try to told you that in the overview, the detail of the overview and the detail of the detailed paragraph have to be different thing, or otherwise you're gonna be like repeat the same information. But
So
I think
that's like
that idea
looking at
was
different
wrong.
categories and looking at different
Yes,
categories in the overview or the details paragraphs.
yes.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
I
so
think
that would have
that
been a
thing
big
is not
mistake.
gonna go like, yeah, it's not logical way to write the essay
No,
because
it's not what the
how
examiner's
can,
looking for at all.
yeah, it's going to be confusing for the reader. And after that, I found in the in Chris Pell video that how to see the key feature. It's not only the one that the highest and the lowest, but the overall trend. And uh, you can put the four important key feature and then divide it into two group, like the first to put it into the complex sentence, and the other to put in another complex sentence, which is can cover all these important detail
Good. And
without
is it
mentioning.
something, was it like a eureka moment where you saw it and you're like, now I understand, now I can do it? Or was there like a learning curve where you still had to like apply yourself and try and figure it out over a long period of time? Or
uh,
how did it come to you?
is at first, after I finished that video, I just realized that, oh, this is the idea. It's kind of like you said, the eureka moment, but
Yeah.
it takes time to gain that skill, because you understand, but in the real test you cannot pick that part like instantly, like suddenly when you look at the graph and you just know it in like less than one
Right.
minute. It take times. There is no shortcut in IELTS writing. It take time of
For sure.
practice.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
you know that a lot of IELTS course online or video always say that this thing is like a shortcut for people to get like more than band aid. It's not true. It needs time of practice. After I realized, I get the idea that Chris told about the overview. After that, I practice a lot of writing, and after a while, like I spend every night looking in this test one, and it took me like 1 or 2 weeks in order for me to get this key feature right in less than 1 minute.
Mm.
So it takes time.
Which
It
is
takes some time of
essential
practice.
when you have 20
Yes.
minutes to do it in the test. But it's like every skill really, where understanding it and being able to do it aren't necessarily the same things, but it
Yes.
definitely it starts with recognizing what it should be and then building
Yes,
it up from
that's
there.
true.
So obviously you've overcome all of this. Your final scores were listening 8.5, reading A,
Yes.
speaking 7,
Yes.
writing 7. So
Yes. Yes.
you got everything you needed. And
Yes.
what was the overall score? Was it actually higher than you needed in the end?
It's 7.5. It's okay.
So
It's
exactly
enough
what
for
you
me.
needed.
Yes.
Perfect. Yep.
Yes.
And can you just tell us? So just imagine where you were 6 months ago, and there are other people out there who are in the exact same situation now. What advice would you give those people to help them overcome the situation that they're currently in?
Uh, it's just especially in writing. After watch the video gonna not gonna get you the 7, but it will give you the idea how to do the the writing the writing in the proper way. But it depend on the candidate, that you have to do a lot of practice and uh and I think the idea of getting proper essay correction is, you have to do that, because education is investment. So you have to put some money on that.
Mm.
Send your instead of posting your essay on free website and get some feedback from nobody or someone, just you just have to send it to to people who know exactly what the essay should look like. So you,
Find an IELTS expert.
yeah,
Yeah.
find the expert on correction is the one thing that people need to invest on that. Because if you, it's kind of like a student discussing when you post it under some website. It's just some people in the same level as you discussing your essay, but not the expert discussing. So is you're not gonna know what best score you might get, and it's will get you nowhere if you just invest on the essay correction.
Sorry, can I just bring you back to something you said earlier on?
Yes.
Was you said that you found us just before the deadline. What deadline?
Yes.
What deadline was that you're referring to?
Is this month.
For
No. My deadline is not this month. Sorry, it in the next month. So I found you guys like 3 months. I think in March, in February or March, that I found your website, and after that, it took me a week to went through all these videos.
And if you missed the deadline, that would mean you needed to wait until next year, or what were the?
Yes, that's right.
Another
It's
year.
gonna be another year,
Okay.
and maybe I would be given up by then.
Perhaps,
if
but
I
it
not get
doesn't
this,
sound like it.
yes.
You had a really good attitude the whole time. You understood that, you were the one in control. You took responsibility for the times
Yes.
when you didn't get the scores, and that's exactly the attitude of a student who's
Yes.
going to be successful. Not feeling sorry for yourself, not giving up, just understanding you're the one in control, and you did what you needed to do, which is amazing to see. And congratulations again on getting those scores.
Thank you.
I think it's
Thank
great.
you very much.
I really appreciate that you're sharing your experience with us, because that's going to help more students have the same positive results that you did. So thanks a million. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Again. Take care of yourself. Thanks very much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.